How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is episode 4 of a Let's Play series on Farming Simulator 22 on the mod map Dredge Creek, Alaska. And when we last left off, we ended up finishing off all of this field here. We finally got the grass planted. It is growing. It is doing absolutely spectacular. I mean, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful growing grass over here. And we ended up meeting Mr. Kilcher, and on his homestead, he was running into a bit of a problem. He basically broke some of his equipment over there, and we had to mow his fields so he could make some silage and get paid. So thankfully we were able to make a little money off of the job ourselves, and worked out very nicely. And hopefully we're gonna start being introduced to some of the locals and be able to start actually maybe getting more into the mix with other people's farms and homesteads. It certainly doesn't hurt. But what do we got going on here today? Well, I was talking to the USGS agent from several episodes ago, and turns out that Alaska, through the state and the Department of Natural Resources, have several grants and programs that they have available that they basically trying to encourage people to farm, to produce all these different types of crops and stuff in order to better help feed the locals, to do livestock and all that kind of stuff. And it's actually really, really easy. I went online, I put in a few applications, I got approved. So I should be receiving basically a government sign here before too much longer. I'm going to actually go up into town and check the post up there and just see if everything's kind of worked itself out. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a nice little kind of bump, kind of a boon to the homestead here, because now I'm going to be producing things such as hay, silage, fertilizers, all sorts of different stuff for all the local community, which perfectly falls under these programs. The one program in particular that I was qualified for is the Hay and Grain Special Competition Program. And it basically prioritizes the availability, affordability of hay, grains, and livestock feed for Alaskans, so they can raise their livestock and feed their families and their local communities. So it worked out very, very well, and it's going to be a pretty good little kind of addition to the farm. But what I also have to start thinking about doing is getting the homestead here, the farm, kind of a little bit better prepared. So the problem that I'm having is that although I am connected to the power grid out here, it's incredibly unreliable. Any little thing can happen, and it takes days, even weeks, before somebody can come out here and fix any kind of issues that do arise. So I want to start kind of preparing myself to be able to better adapt to when those things happen. So I want to start trying to think of ways of having a more independent mindset. And one of those ways I can do that is starting to set up things like wind generation, solar, if at all possible. I mean, those kind of things that may not be 100% efficient or is going to be able to ride out a long period of time. At bare minimum, it'll help me in short-term situations, and especially wind power, because I get this amazing little lakefront breeze right over the lake here, and it would just be silly not to be able to capture it and trying to take advantage of it. So I think that's what I'm going to work on here a little bit later. So I've got some plans. I got some things I want to be able to work out here. But like I said, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and hop in the truck. I'm going to go up to the post up there in town and just see if I can, get my hands on that signage, because I need the signage in order to be able to, basically prove that I'm now part of this program, and it's a requirement of the program. So once I get all that kind of situated, then we ought to be good to go to start turning our sights onto the kind of more homestead needs. What I also want to consider doing too is that I worked really hard on making this grass field over here. I might do pretty much the same thing over in this corner here. So there's this island of trees right here on my property. I'm thinking about cutting all those out and all the trees over on this side of the driveway to be able to plow it out and make it into another grass field. That way it'll allow me to have even more product and all that stuff, but I can at least at minimum, utilize these trees and be able to do something with these trees and get some payment for those as well. So it's basically a lot of work ahead of me here for the future, but I'm going to go ahead and cut us out here, and I'll cut us back in once I get back from the post office, and hopefully with some good news. We'll see you in a little bit. And check it out, we got the signage. So the state of Alaska had shipped this over to me, and look at it, it's perfect. So now it's official. I can actually start receiving payments now that this sign is up, and it's gonna be a nice little bonus for the homestead here. We're talking about roughly $8 grand a month for the homestead here. I mean, that's absolutely perfect. And it just helps to be able to put more plans into motion. It helps being able to do stuff going into the future. So I'm really, really excited. I was able to slap that up, no problem, and good to go. And now I want to get back over here. I want to grab my tools, and I want to get to building. I've got a few bits of scrap that's laying around from, people that just kind of are careless and just throwing their trash around or whatnot. There's a few things that I saw that I just kept a hold of because I thought that maybe it would work out really good here. I could recycle them and really kind of make it into something that's going to be useful for me. So I'm thinking somewhere over here, not directly behind the house or anything like that, but I've got a whole bunch of cabling, a whole bunch of wiring and stuff. I'd be able to kind of make like a nice little wind catcher, a little windmill, and place it right over here next to the lakeside. I think that'll work out very, very nicely. I think about right here. It won't be too terribly far, but it'll be far enough to where it's not going to be kind of an eye. You know what? Let's go a little bit further. We'll go out to here. Yeah, out to here. I'm sure I can dig up the amount of cable I'll need to be able to run it to the house and be able to get some battery backup. It'll work out. It'll work out very nicely. So go ahead and slap it in right now. And look at that. I was able to take a whole bunch of oil drums that people just carelessly left behind. They're sitting there just rusting out. I cut them in half and re-welded them back together so that they would just catch the wind like this, turn on these little spindles here, and it's just going to sit there and power an alternator. And that alternator is then going to, charge these batteries and kind of go from there. I'm going to then pipe a cable underground out to the main house there so that I'll be able to get some really nice subsidy there for the power that I'm using at the house. At bare minimum, it's just going to make my bill a little bit cheaper, and at maximum, it's just going to be just better for me overall. I'll have a nice little battery array over at the house eventually and be able to, hopefully, if power goes down for an undetermined amount of time, I'll be able to just kind of ride it out for a little bit and, constantly getting, this little lakefront breeze here. It's going to work out perfectly, I think. This is going to be a really nice addition here. So now what I need to work on is, like I said, I think I want to expand this kind of concept here for this field out into the rest of that property over there, because we've got a ton of trees, a ton of land way over in the distance over here that I think would make a really good kind of field for, like I said, for this whole purpose of making our own kind of business, our own kind of what's the words I'm looking for, our own kind of source of goods going forward. So, and we're still kind of waiting as these kind of sit here and ferment. You know, we're about 40% done, so probably in about another month or so, you know, these will be ready. I can sell these off. But at the moment, I mean, I need to do something. I can't just sit around with my sit on my hands and whatnot. I need to actually work. I need to get stuff done. So that's the plan. I need to go ahead and do that, and I want to start cutting out some of these trees in order to open up the land over here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of cut these two trees down, and similar to over there, I'm gonna keep the trees at the tree line or at the water line over here. But just going back and these island of trees here, I'm gonna take out all these like individual pines and just kind of make it towards a nice large field in addition to what we have going. So let's go ahead and get to work on that. Need to go get hooked up to the harvester over here. There we go. Oops. Here, let's go. I'm going to take the short bits again, put them in the bed of the truck. There we go. Need to get the truck connected. There we go. Alright, so I'm starting to get to some of these larger trees here, and unfortunately both my tractor here and myself are too weak to really do anything about these. So I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go and get myself some kind of weight for the tractor here. Ooh. Um, oh, that's not good. That's there we go. Get some kind of weight for the tractor, as well as um, some kind of implement to pick up all these logs. So I got these bigger logs here now, and they're just too large for me to do anything with them. You know what, let's go ahead and put on the stabilizers. There. Just way too heavy for me. There we go. These first couple ones here should be light enough for me to pick up, just like so. But these ones, I don't think are going to be light enough. I think these ones are too heavy. Oh, no, that one's good. No, that one's definitely too heavy. Okay. Yeah, 222 kilograms, so nothing I can do about any of these here. So I've got to go ahead and do something. I'm going to head up to the shop, see what, if anything, they have, and then kind of go from there. So let's just go ahead and fold this away. Turn off the lights. I'm probably just going to have to walk up there. Anyways, yeah, it's going to take me a little bit to get up there, but by the time I get back, I should have, hopefully we'll have something I'll be able to handle some of these bigger logs with. So I will see you in a little bit. Alright, so it took me a while to get back here, but I've got me, new to me, an older Massey Ferguson little skid steer. This thing is going to work out perfectly, and I've got a nice little log fork and a new stump grinder. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to come to a stop here. Let's see, open up that. Perfect. So now what I ought to be able to do is hopefully something like this. Oh yeah, look at that. If I open up the... Oh. Ah. Didn't have a good enough grip on it. Now I do. Now I got plenty of grip. Now hopefully I have the height. Oh yeah, I got plenty of height on this. Look at this. This is going to be perfect. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's like it's made for it. Oh, look at that. This is going to make things so much nicer. Oh, yes. Thank you. And I got this for a deal. This is like 25 grand or something, not including the implements or anything, but I mean, all in all, I'm very happy with this. This is going to be able to save me so much time, as well as being able to now start picking up all these big honkin' tree trunks that we got going on here. See if I can give this just a little bump. Yeah, just a little push. Just a little push. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. And while I was up there too, I was talking to the shop owner there. He was telling me he's got plenty of weights that I can buy for my tractor here because of how unstable it's been. So he said, come on back with the tractor, we'll get all set up with a weight for it and be good to go. So I think after we're done picking this couple of batches up, we'll go ahead and head back up to the shop and get us a brand new weight for this tractor, because it's needed. It is absolutely needed. I got to get something over the rear of this to keep it from flopping around, especially for these bigger logs that I'm now coming across. Get this right here. Look at that. Kerchunk right in. There we go. Give it just a little jostle. Oh yeah, this exactly what needed to happen here. All right. Well, perfect. Let's go ahead and stop that right there. Need to fold this away real quick, like so. And then we're going to go up and find us a weight. We'll see you back here in a little bit. Alright, so I'm back here at the homestead, and I've got me a nice weight here. This thing will work out just fine. Let's get hooked back up and get back to work. There we go. Let's see. So yeah, we just need to just keep going. Whoa, 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 easy. I weigh a lot more, so I'm not stopping as quickly. Just need to keep going around and keep cutting down all these trees and get everything as cleared out as possible. Now, I am going to run into a bit of a problem with some... Whoops, wrong way. With some of these trees. Now you can see, look at that. I can have this so far extended out because of this weight. I don't know why I waited so long. But some of these trees, these ones are massive, massive trees. They're huge. So, I mean, there's another one. This one's even bigger, I think. Wow. That's, yeah, absolutely huge. Huge, huge, huge. Gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Maybe just take the chainsaw to these, get some kind of measuring stick or something to be able to just kind of get this kind of down and hope that the skid steer has enough strength to lift up a 6-meter cut of this. Maybe, I don't know. You know what? I think we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna go after one of these big boys. All right. I'm gonna need a measuring stick. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put this down right here next to, so I don't lose it. Oh, man. Cut this big boy down. Oh, well, let's go grab this. Maybe give it a push. Let's push it this way. Oh, timber! Boosh! Alright, there we go. Now... Oh, there it is. Alright, got my measuring stick. There we go. And actually, what might be better is working from this side, so I'm not going to lose where the thinnest part is. Okay, so there we go. Turn on a light so I can see. There we go. So I mean, close enough. 6.1 versus 6. Not going to complain too hard about that. Come on. I don't want to cut this one. No. There we go. All right. Moment of truth. Is this thing strong enough to pick up the trunk? Oh, look at that. Born to do it. Oh man, that is wonderful. Wonderful. Wow. That is a beast of a log right there. What is that? That's, oh wow, 544 kilograms. So yeah, this little skid steer was worth every penny. And this is going to be enough to make a run after this. Wow, this little trailer. Oh, that poor little trailer. Let's see if I can get both of these little chunks right here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh yeah, look at that. Now here, I need to straighten out the truck and trailer here. Let's actually first do this. There we go. Go back and get the rest. Yeah, definitely going to be making a trip after this run. Go. Ooh, do we dare? Do we dare try to overload this trailer? We got three more sections? It might come back and haunt us, but nope, couldn't get both. Oh, couldn't get one. I might regret this, but okay. Alright, you know what? I'm not going to push my luck. I feel like I already may be at this point, because this is going to be a real treacherous ride. Alright, well, head up to the sawmill and see what we can get out of this trailer. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we get out of this, because this is going to be significantly larger than any other load we brought up so far. So I'll cut us out here, cut us back in as soon as I very gingerly, very slowly make my way up to the sawmill. We'll see you over there. Alright, so I very, very carefully, very slowly made my way up here, because holy smokes, this thing is very top heavy. Very, very top heavy. So let's go ahead and pull in here. I think something like that should work. Oh, nice. $10,000 for that whole load. That worked out nicely. Yeah, got everything out of my truck bed there. Let's go ahead and disconnect all the latches here, all the straps. Perfect. All right, well, at this point, gonna head back to the old homestead there and get some more done, because making some good progress so far. Got a whole trailer load, got 10 grand for that. I'm happy with that one. It took me a bit to get up here, but once I got up here, the payout was nice. So anywho, go ahead and cut us out here, cut us back in as soon as we get to the homestead. See you in a while. Alright, so I'm on my way back to the homestead over here, and I decided to come the long way to the property here because I wanted to come over and see kind of my most outer property and just see the progress that we've made up until this point. And right over here is roughly where the property line is, and I've got this building here that used to be owned by the previous owners, and it turns out that the previous owner was kind of a local legend. I was hearing stories about how the guy, I guess his name was Jim Crater, and old Jim, he kind of went by the nickname of Crazy Jimmy. And old Crazy Jimmy, the reason that he got that name is he got one of the worst cases of gold fever that anybody around here has ever seen before. He used to spout off about how he used to find gold all the time, and he was so paranoid about anybody getting a hold of his gold that he would then just kind of like doing the whole putting the money under the mattress kind of thing, but instead he would just place them all around the local area, everywhere. And it was just one of those kind of weird things that people just kind of just kind of grew accustomed to, almost became white noise. He used to always spout off about how there was always people out for his gold and out trying to just rob him constantly. He was always very fidgety, and just this is what everybody's telling me. Unfortunately, he's long since passed, but they were basically just telling me about it when they found out that I bought the property. But I just wanted to come up here and just kind of check this place out because I kind of have some future plans for this cabin here. My thought is that when the operations here start taking off and really start becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and I start creating more product and doing all this, I'm gonna need help, and I'm thinking about using this as kind of a guest house. And I think this would be, I mean, not even a guest house. What's the proper word? Like a bunkhouse for the workers. So that way they can actually be here on site on the property and be able to help out when needed. So it's just one of those kind of things that when I bought this property, this is kind of like the kind of future expansion that I just kind of envisioned. And yeah, that's when everybody started telling me about all these kind of rumors and stuff like that about the previous owner, and just like I said, just kind of almost kind of crazy he was. And I guess I really just didn't pay it no. What? Wait, what? Really? That's 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 gold. So wait a minute. I just assumed that they were joking about the gold and stuff like that. Are they serious about this? Or was he like really this kind of a crazy, and was he just burying gold like in random spots all around the countryside here? I mean, okay. I'll definitely take it. I mean, wait a minute. I found that one chunk of gold over in the ravine. Towards the east side of the property there's that ravine. I wonder if that was something he left behind. I just chalked it up as, like, I just so happened to find something, but is this another piece of old Crazy Jimmy's puzzle? I mean, what's I don't know. I mean, what? Regardless, I mean that's great. I just found a chunk of money there. I'll be able to go up and sell that off and get something out of it. But I mean, it still doesn't derail my thoughts and plans as to what I'm going to do with this portion of the property. I mean, that's really cool, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye out and see if I can find any more, because if the rumors are true and the stories about Crazy Jimmy is, that he actually was just literally burying gold nuggets all throughout the valley here, then maybe that's something worth investigating. But anyways, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can see we still got quite a bit of work to do. There's tons and tons of just these small trees over here, but then there's that thick foresty bit right there that I want to go ahead and get rid of. I mean, there's so much stuff that we still have to do, and yeah, I mean, one of these days I'm gonna have to figure out some kind of more efficient way of doing things, but right now I don't know. I really can't afford anything to really kind of make this more efficient. I don't know. It's just I've got these really huge honking big trees right up here. Like these ones here are absolutely massive, and my harvester there will not cut those. I have to cut them by hand, as you've been seeing, and just kind of measure them out. And it's a slow process. What I would like to do is eventually get myself a nice wood harvester, like a really big one, and be able to like buzz through all this stuff. But right now it's just not in the cards. I don't know. Just I feel like we made a decent amount of progress here right now, but there's still so much more to do. I mean, you can see I'm leaving in these kind of trees throughout the property here because one, I think they're lovely. As they change their colors, they'll be a nice little touch of color all throughout the property. But pretty much trying to take care of just anything that's kind of the pine trees and stuff like that, things that are easily replaced and will grow relatively quickly over time. And I don't know, just I don't know. I'm just still kind of taken aback by finding that gold nugget there right behind his house. I mean, it's really odd. I don't know. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's yeah. I mean, that's wild. Gold fever will do crazy things to you, but I mean, it's to our benefit. I mean, I literally just found a gold nugget just poking out of the ground there. I mean, that's amazing. And I can sell that off, and who knows, maybe one of these days, if I keep finding these nuggets that crazy Jimmy left behind, maybe I'll be able to afford something really nice. But yeah, I mean, you can see we made quite a bit of progress over in this section of the property here. We'll continue probably in the next episode by expanding this out and keep on cutting back until we get to that property line that not even to the property line. I don't want to go all the way out to the property line over there. I want to go to the tree line of the big area there where the cabin is located. I want that cabin to just kind of be nestled in the trees and all that. But this I want opened up, and I want this expanded out to be something bigger. And I think they'll, at the end of the day, it will look good, it'll be nice, and we'll get basically a doubling, probably even more than a doubling, more like a tripling or a quadrupling of the amount of grass area that we're going to put down, because we've got this area so far, but I mean, that's significantly larger. So we'll see. But I mean, before we even put that down, we're going to cut out all the grass that is here so we can, bale it, wrap it, do all that. And that's something else we got to figure out too is, do we want to, keep on using the equipment that we're using, the baler, the wrapper, the trailer, all that stuff, or are we going to, because we're going to have so much so fast here, is this going to just be so wildly inadequate that we're going to have to figure out something better going forward? Are we going to be able to afford something better going forward? I mean, we're going to have the grass here that's going to be ready to harvest here pretty soon. Maybe within the next month. I'm hoping I can at least get one mow in before winter sets in and before like things really kind of go dark for a little while. So I don't know. We'll see how things kind of play out, but I mean, so far we're doing pretty good. We got Grass Field Part 2 well underway, but I think that's going to be a good place to leave it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing this, so you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.